The Excel Compass commitment forms are required for your participation in the program. All forms must be submitted by your scheduled orientation date. Students not submitting forms by the due date will be at risk of forfeiting their space in the program and its associated courses. We mentioned the forms briefly in the full orientation presentation, but we wanted to spend some time going over the forms to help you better understand their purpose. The consent to participate confirms that you are a willing and voluntary participant in the program. You also agree that your information can be used in our research. We do not look at your information individually, but in the aggregate to talk about what the group of students has accomplished. This form requires parental consent if you are under the age of 18 at the time you begin fall classes. You will need at least one guardian parent's name and email address on hand before you initiate the form. The Learning Community Contract informs you of your expected commitment as a member of the program. The form lists all of the requirements mentioned in the full Excel Compass orientation presentation you completed earlier. Make sure you include your cell phone and alternate non-NITES email address on this form. The media release form allows us to use your likeness in multimedia presentations and social postings like website or Instagram. This form requires parental consent if you are under the age of 18 at the time you begin fall classes. You will need at least one guardian parent's name and email address on hand before you initiate the form. If you have not finished the online portion of your UCF orientation program, you may not yet know what FERPA stands for. FERPA is the Family Educational Right to Privacy Act. Basically, this act says that once you enroll in college, that your educational records become your property. This means that your parents do not have access to this information, and those of us at the institution cannot speak with them about your performance at UCF. This waiver is only for the Excel Compass program to be able to speak with your parents. However, parents can file a formal waiver through the registrar's office if they wish to gain access to your records. Why would you want to sign this? Parents are a real ally for us. They know you better than we do and can help us help you. Sometimes you may even want your parents to speak on your behalf or attend a meeting with us, at which time this waiver must be on file. You can give both parents, one parent, or no one access to your records. You will need your parent guardians' names and email addresses to complete this form. The second part of the waiver allows our Excel Compass staff to have access to your student conduct and housing records. Again, what is the benefit? If you get in trouble on campus or something happens in the residence hall, you may need an advocate until your parents' guardians can arrive. This is where we would come in. You do not have to say yes to either of these waivers, but you do have to submit this form. These forms will be submitted electronically using the links provided in the Forms module Part 2. There is a separate link for each form, so you will do this 4 times. You will access the form using the single sign-on or SSO to log in. You will use your NID and NID password provided by UCF for this access. Then read the document, answer the questions, and sign. Those students who will be less than 18 when you start attending college classes in fall will need a parent signature. When you are completing your forms, you will need your parent's email address. Please be mindful of your typos. Parents will need to create a dynamic forms account to sign the forms once sent to them. If you have problems with the forms or have questions, feel free to email us.